Hey y'all, I'm back again with another quick little message. Y'all already know what the deal is, so let's get right into it. Yes, it has been some time since I've done this, but we're back and we're better. So today's quick little message is called, Isn't It Funny? Today we're going to be reading out of Ephesians chapter 6, verses 10 through 17. But today we're going to emphasize the verse 12. And it reads, For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. In this text from 10 through 17, it talks about the whole armor of God. It reminds us that we are wrestling not against one another. I'm not fighting against you and you're not fighting against me. But at the end of the day, it's against spiritual battle, against spiritual beings, authorities, and powers of darkness. We have to remember that at the same time, yes, sometimes we all have a flesh. Sometimes we're not going to be always being bothered. And sometimes we're not going to always feel like talking to one another. But sometimes it is something bigger than us. And a lot of times, sometimes when we're called by God to do things, or God is moving us in a direction, it's funny how all of a sudden the enemy starts fighting us. And sometimes, a lot of times, he'll use the closest thing to us, which is family, loved ones, significant others, your co-workers, your best friends, your children. It doesn't matter what it is. If God is calling you to do something, do it wholeheartedly, head on. If God is calling you to do this and that, do this and that. If God is telling you to go in this direction, go that direction. Don't let nothing or no one distract you from what God is calling you to do. Remember, we wrestle not against what? Flesh and blood. Remember that sometimes the enemy will use the closest thing to you to distract you from what God actually has for you. So remember to continue to mend the armor of God on. It should never be a time the armor of God is not on you. Remember to continue to have the armor of God on you. Remember, we do not wrestle against flesh and blood. It's not always the person that's standing in front of you. Sometimes it's a spirit behind that person that's just being used to get to you so that you don't get to what God has ordained for you. So remember, whatever God is calling you to do today, whatever you feel is in your spirit that all of a sudden you just can't shake and God's really pushing you to do it. Don't look at the current. Don't look at what about this and what about that? What does these people want to say? Let them talk. Let them talk. Who cares? At the end of the day, God's calling you to do it because you were called for a reason. And he knows that you can do what he needs you to do. So be obedient to what he's calling you to do. Answer the calling, because if you don't do it, God will surely place someone else to do it. But it's a reason why he's calling you to do it, because he knows that you're perfect for the job. So once again, isn't it funny how when all of a sudden God calls you to do something, it seems like everything is hitting you upside the head? It's not a coincidence. Remember, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but what we wrestle against? Rulers, against authorities and the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Remember, we're fighting a bigger fight than we actually see. But thank God for the name of Jesus Christ, because with that, we have the power of Jesus Christ within us, that we'll be able to fight against this darkness that we see in this evil world. So once again, isn't it funny how? Remember, whatever God's calling you to do today, trust in him, believe in him, walk by faith, and do exactly what it is. And no matter what the distraction is, no matter who's trying to come against you, remember, what you do for Christ will last. All right, y'all. Peace.